Housing is one of the biggest challenges people are facing, and taking a concrete and solid approach on investing ambitiously in housing is something that this government is absolutely doing. Once you've been in power for 8+ years, it becomes harder and harder to blame the previous guys for challenges you're facing. But housing is a long-term issue in this country, and the fact that for 10 years, the Conservative government, in which Pierre Poilievre was actually housing minister, the fact that they withdrew completely from housing and said actually explicitly that the federal government has nothing to do, should have nothing to do with affordable housing specifically, was just wrong, and it's something we're playing catch up on ever since, which is why we've been so incredibly ambitious with different measures out there. Measures around changing the way homes get built across the country in municipalities across the country that are agreeing to be ambitious. There's some municipalities that didn't want to be that ambitious, wouldn't take the investments we were ready as long as they pushed aside on the NIMBYism, and that's quite fine. Those municipalities don't have to increase density, don't have to accelerate their processes. We had more money left over for other communities that wanted to do even more. And that approach of being there to partner with regions, with parts of the country that want to step up big time, has served us really, really well. Yes, there are Conservative premiers out there complaining that we're putting too many conditions and we're forcing them to build more homes in ways that they don't think they want to or their voters don't want to. But quite frankly, Canadians expect people to work together constructively across party lines to get things done. And indeed, when the government of Quebec had concerns about our Housing Accelerator Fund, we said, no, we'll work with you. They actually doubled the investments that we were putting towards Housing Accelerator, because the things that we wanted for Quebec for housing as conditions, they were largely already doing. And BC, not only did we work really well with them on the Housing Accelerator, on lots of things that David Eby's government was already doing, they created a program called BC Builds that is focused on building way more affordable housing for people. They put $2 billion towards it. We said, we like this program so much, we'll put $2 billion of our own money towards the BC Builds program. And on top of that, we said, okay, now we're creating Canada Builds, where any province that wants to step up the way BC did with a program like this, will put that money forward. Because the housing challenge doesn't get solved unless everyone works together. And yes, it's orders of government, but it's also nonprofits, but it's also labor. It's also all of you as you're stepping up for workers in those industries and sectors, but also as you're advocating for a fairer Canada, as you're saying, no, nonprofits need to be able to build more spaces. No, neighborhoods need to be more accessible for the middle class. No, we need to work on this together to restore fairness for this country. That's what you have always stood for, and that's why we're going to continue to be there.